Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer Meckles. A teenager was airlifted to the hospital with serious injuries this morning after rescue crews saved him from a 30-foot drop down an old abandoned missile silo this morning. First responders in Arapahoe County spent hours getting a group of teenagers out of the silo in Deer Trail, that's out east off I-70. Investigators said the group crawled through a broken gate and will likely face charges for trespassing. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch spoke to rescuers on scene today.
This morning, Arapahoe County fire crews had to rescue 8 teenagers from an abandoned missile silo here in Deer Trail. The rescue took about 4 hours, and one person was taken to the hospital with serious injuries after falling 30 feet.
Ignored signs led to a dangerous rescue Sunday morning.
We responded, kind of knowing that we would be in for a difficult rescue if somebody was truly trapped in that environment.
The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office says a group of teenagers entered this old missile silo. One teen fell 30 feet, requiring crews from across the county.
It was a bit of a challenge.
Sable Altura Fire Chief Rich Solomon navigated the unknowns of the silo.
It's wet, there's stagnant water, twisted, rusted out metal, collapsed concrete, and it's seemingly endless tunnels of danger.
Along with his partner Travis Daniels,
being as difficult as it was very interesting.
They searched for a sign of life.
As far as being in a space that dark and confined, and just the silo itself, I've never experienced anything like that. So it was interesting.
The team faced another challenge when their radios went dark.
There was a time where we didn't have communication with anyone for about 30 minutes or so. So it was just me and my partner. Once we found the patient, using just a rope system that we had, we hoisted him up.
Validation, a rescue, never became a recovery.
It was relief. Big step accomplished, possibly saved. There's a lot goes into it. Air, sun, like it's just you're no longer stuck down there. So it was good.
And proof to take signs seriously.
The environment down there is dynamic, it's unpredictable, and it's dangerous. It took us 4 hours to do something relatively safely. So it's not a place to explore. It's not a place to visit. It's history, and let it be history.
I spoke with Jerry Lindenberg, who has owned the property since the early 2000s. He says he's dealt with trespassers multiple times, and every time he presses charges. He says he intends to do the same for those who disrespected his property today. In Deer Trail, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Property owner Jerry Lindenberg before. Back in 2016, 9 News anchor Gary Shapiro got a tour of that missile silo. The most accessible entrance was covered by a gate, but has been illegally cut through several times. After more than 30 people were arrested, Jerry told us back in 2016 he planned to close the entrance for good.
It's been a pain. We have people coming in here because of the liability that's involved in this thing, and keeping people out, and it's a pester to the people that live here close by. So we're going to seal it up and to where nobody can get into it.
And today, Jerry told us he had since sealed that up since he talked to Jerry. He thinks maybe the kids could have gotten around another route. You can find Gary's full story about this silo from back in 2016, where he's exploring it room by room, on our website, 9news.com. All right, let's take a live look outside this afternoon. You're looking at Horsetooth Reservoir. A warm day today. Sun's finally popping out, but the wind is blowing. Denver police actually think wind was responsible for some glass falling from a building in downtown Denver today. They're working on cleaning that up now. Denver's Cinco de Mayo Festival still going on for a few more hours. They'll be at Civic Center Park until 8 o'clock tonight. Lauren Robinson was out there yesterday. You were hunting down some tacos. Hopefully you got some, but you're back in our backyards.
You know, they had their taco eating contest today at 2. Unfortunately, I was not a part of that taco eating contest. I'm going to have to find those details to try and get into it next year. But as promised, it's very warm and very windy this afternoon. Still a pretty good day to be outside as long as you pay attention to the winds and maybe hold on to your hats. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at these temperatures right now. 76 degrees at DIA. Most of the front range Range at Eastern Plains in the 70s. Some areas even in the 80s. 80 right now in Greeley. Same goes for down in Lamar. A little cooler out west, just 66 degrees in poor old Ray. Now, the high country seeing 50s and 60s, very warm there, then 60s and 70s out at the western slope. Now, let's take a look at this 24-hour temperature change map, because I'm sure I don't have to tell you we're quite a bit warmer than we were this time yesterday. Just 24 hours ago, we were 12 degrees cooler in Denver. Most of the Front Range at Eastern Plains seeing between a 10 to 15 degree temperature jump. So we're going to continue to monitor this warm, windy weather. You can see these gusty winds all across the state right now, gusting in Denver around 46 miles per hour. Down south in Trinidad, we're seeing winds gust around 48 miles per hour. And out west, 55-mile-per-hour winds being reported in Grand Junction. So we're going to watch for those winds over the next few days. We're also going to watch for that system off to the northwest to bring in some heavy snow across central and northern portions of the high country. So coming ahead in my full weather, we're going to talk about these strong winds sticking around. We're going to talk about that mountain snow moving in, and we do have some more widespread chances for showers and storms later this week. All of those details just ahead.
Lauren, thank you. Starting today, the police staff with RTD is going to staff their stations 24/7. It's an effort to make employees and their customers feel safer. RTD is expecting an increase in officers after more graduate from the police academy this summer, and that will help the agency staff their overnight hours. That overnight team will focus on keeping the bus and the train drivers safe. This Tuesday marks 5 years since the shooting at STEM School Highlands Ranch. 2 students shot 9 people, including 18-year-old Kendrick Castillo, who was about to graduate. Kendrick was killed as he lunged at the shooter, saving his classmates' lives. Every year, the school uses this week to give back to the community and perform acts of kindness and service. On Tuesday, the school will gather for a day of remembrance, which will include painting rocks, making a mural in Kendrick's honor. And that remembrance will be at Civic Green Park near the school. There's a memorial going up there to honor Kendrick. Next, viewers actually raised $60,000 for the Kendrick Castillo Memorial Fund, which covers the entire cost of that monument. The rest of the money raised will go toward a memorial scholarship in his name, helping students interested in robotics, which was Kendrick's passion. Next weekend, fallen Jeffco Sheriff K-9 Graffiti will be honored. The National Police Dog Foundation is hosting their yearly K-9 memorial service. Graffiti was helping police track down a suspect when the suspect shot and killed the K-9. Graffiti served Jeffco deputies for 7.5 years. That memorial service is in Washington, D.C. on Saturday. They'll lay a wreath in honor of fallen police K-9s who lost their lives in the line of duty in the last year. Colorado legislature is working through the weekend to try to pass bills before the legislative session ends on Wednesday. And there's hundreds of bills still on the calendar at this point. The Senate worked until 2 a.m. last night, the third time now the Colorado State Senate has convened on a Sunday now in the past year. Before 2023, the Senate had gone 84 years without meeting on a Sunday. In even a rare Saturday session yesterday, the Senate and House passed bills related to oil and gas regulation, election deadlines, and same-sex marriage. A property tax bill is still in the works. Starting today, DIA will not be running a TSA checkpoint 24 hours a day at the airport. Close, more like 22 hours a day. No TSA security checkpoints between 1 to 3 in the morning. DIA doesn't really think this is going to cause major issues. The last flight out leaves at 1 in the morning. The earliest one goes off at 5 a.m. So they're moving staff to times when they actually need people there. DIA hopes this will help keep more lanes open at other, much busier times of the day.